This week on the Rental Report Review. Someone will kill this girl tonight. Black Widow, 1954. Gable and Lancaster make the seas boil in the battle adventure that hits like a torpedo. Run Silent, Run Deep, 1958. An erotic thriller where vice is not sinful. Arabella, Black Angel, 1989. 2038, computer domination is a reality. Gunhead, man's last defense in the Great Robot War. Gunhead, 1989. An entire Japanese international grade school and all within are mysteriously transported to a foreboding desert wasteland. The Drifting Classroom, 1987.
This is a Black Widow.
1950s color, cinemascope, VO narration intro, titles and webs, always a little art-directed spot of red on a primary character.
This human form of Black Widow.
Black Widow. I love hostile women narratives. I love it when they serve some vengeance, some justice, even if they're totally in the wrong, because, let's face it, they're probably in the right? You know what I mean? I had no idea what to expect. No idea if this was some basis for the 1987 version I recently watched. It doesn't seem to be, though it recalled another Rental Report Review film with an actor from this very film.
Will it be Gene Tierney?
But that would be spoiler territory.
What did you do? Just sit here and tell her everything about you and me?
This is a tangled web of twists and turns. Every 10 minutes or so, a major rail track is shifted and we change course. Just about every time I thought I had a handle on this, some new shit just drops. And I'm saying, oh shit, what?
The deadly web spun by Peggy Ann Garner as the Black Widow.
It's good. It's really good. Even when I finally sussed, I couldn't figure out how. There are twists on twists. All of the technical marvel of this film, it's gorgeous and moody. The New York City Psychs are mid-century Dreamtime bliss. I wish it would push in more for reaction and gaze and listening shots, characters processing. A lot of this film is built on who knows what when and trusting and reading bullshit. I think I would connect more with the characters if I could see them process. Also ups the tension. It's not like there aren't close-ups here. I'm talking like 3 to 4 instances tops. Watch it, you'll see it when you don't see it.
Your wife would give you a divorce.
I give Black Widow 1954 3.75 stars. I came here for Gene Tierney, and if it didn't end up such a deliciously dark story to navigate, I would have wondered why she was in this, and I would have felt she was a little wasted. But a little GT is always better than none. Gable versus Lancaster. I don't want to overread these things, but this is a bit of a generational handoff. I haven't seen a whole lot of Gable outside of his cartoon work, but this is right at the end. One more remarkable swing that's really in line with Lancaster's generation, coming into starring roles that will become even more vital in the coming decade.
You've got a lot of guts, sir. With other people's lives.
That's my decision and my responsibility.
To whom, sir? To a crew that died a year ago?
Yes, to a dead crew, a dead self.
Both men are clearly wearing their histories and hopes on their faces, and the fact that Gable is so clearly trembling from sheer lifestyle mileage only adds all this texture and pathos. I don't want to say this is one last hurrah, but it really is. And Gable really pulls it off. I wouldn't say that Lancaster lets him have it or sets him up for it. He's definitely bringing the respect of a peer, but standing his ground in his performance. Anyway, this is a tense action thriller, action horror film, first and foremost. Pluses and minuses of a 90-minute action programmer. Plus, in media res AF, not wasting a single moment. It's taught as a marching snare and hits every narrative beat clearly and rapidly. But one monumental minus, a truncated ending.
Now look.
I am all for efficiency, but we were robbed of a bit of catharsis and possible legendary clip from Gable. I won't say anything more. Never want to spoil.
Make one move to take over this boat, and I swear I'll see that you're hung.
And we'll hang together.
I give Run Silent, Run Deep an Afterglow 4.5.
The fleet boat of the Navy.
I love a good sub-movie. All the sweat, all the muscles, all the tubes, and hatches locking and blowing open. The cinematography, Russell Harlan keeps it naturalistic, claustrophobic, and distinct, and bobs and weaves in battle in fun ways. There's a motley crew with Don Rickles running commentary, and there's one of the great quiet sequences I've ever seen. Hands down, my favorite giallo. Well, one of them. I love the Fandom approach to psychosexual thrillers. I might be starting to show my cards here. This has some of my favorite tropes. Detective as possible foil for killer, a mysterious killer with multitudes of possibly could-bes. There's a lot of suspects, strong suspects. It has an impotent, cuckolded novelist husband. It's got the soothsaying and repression, and treats its central female characters as complex, agentic, driven, and dangerous, and loving, hot. What was I saying? Arabella. It is sexy and it is violent. And there is sexual violence and there is violent sexuality. I think clearly ensconced in the sexual, metaphorical, psychological nightmare layer about fidelity, desire, coupling, intimacy itself. And as such, it's electrifying and roller coastery. Director-cinematographer Stelvio Massi looks like a genre motherfucker. I would absolutely take another shot or two his Letterboxd top 10. This guy knows how to shoot and move bodies through a frame. He can reverse pan and zoom and track and sink his gaze into some gauzy flesh with the best of them.
He's heading far away tonight.
But he keeps it on just this side of the uncanny dreamscape. A lot of liminal spaces. Naturalistic, neoclassical music video cinematography. Peak, refined, erotic decadence of the late 80s before it goes all corporate. I almost gave this 6 stars. I was so with it for a good 45, 50 minutes. Then it just, I don't know, got tangled in its tail? Stalled on final descent? I mean, it was a smooth landing. I give Arabella Black Angel 4.25 stars. The ending was really tranquil, tired. I need to sit with it. Maybe another viewing will hit me with bricks or dissolve on my fingertips. The parts, sequences, motifs, characters that really worked and would have gladly taken a dash more. It's much more economical than just about any other giallo I can think of. Maybe it was too sober? What is Gunhead? It's complicated-ish. It's firstly minus a steamy romantic subplot. It's the rental fantasy of my adolescent dreams. This very same year, at the tender age of no more than 9, I saw Robot Jox in the theater, and it blew my fucking mind.
It's a new age of combat.
Human beings, genetically engineered to be the best fighters in history.
It's a high I've been chasing and have yet to meet ever since. I picked up every damn movie at the video store with a robot on it. And if I had found this, I would have been somewhat let down, maybe disappointed, maybe a little perplexed.
Oh my god, look at this junk.
But no, I also would have low-key vibed with the cybergoth angst of this. This is like walking in on your friend's older sister just putting on a Forest to dance party with her girlfriends in 1986. I feel like these are getting a little specific. Gunhead is a mere plot of Terminator, Aliens, Blade Runner, a whole bunch of mech series I've never seen, really, with a splash of something like Tron tempered by Mad Max. Is this pastiche? Who cares? It is an incredible concept with memorable characters that does as little as possible for 90 minutes. I mean, there are lots of moving mechs and shooting stuff, but it looks like a bunch of repeat levels on a video game. It does look super cool, except for a couple critical interiors like gunheads. It doesn't look like it belongs in that frame, but I guess Bandai isn't looking to merchandise that part. I give Gunhead 1989 3.5 stars. People will be tempted to view this ironically, but I think it works best sober. Is it Brenda Baki? She's a babe and a badass, and seems born to play cyberpunk femmes. She has great chemistry with Masahiro Takashima. They had like a minimal subplot together and then went off on their own 2 subplots. And I guess they unite to form a big plot? Didn't feel like it though. Needed a plot. Could have sustained a big plot. This could have broken through big. This copy only had the English version. Part of me suspects that the Japanese version just hits better. I've never really liked just about any English dubbing. Part of why I started the Rental Report review venture is in no small part because of cartoonist kayfabe. They lit a triple threat creative fire under my ass. To get adventurous and reflective in my artistic, vocational media consumption, work on passion projects, and share your passion. Index it. Invite others in. They got me back into comics more than when I was 14, worked at a comic store for credit, and wanted to make comics. Got me back in touch with manual crafting, and for once, gave me a roadmap to consciously explore the universe of Japanese manga. One stop being Kazuo Ume's, and specifically, one of his masterworks, The Drifting Classroom. A work that burrows in, transforms, and lives forever in symbiosis. It is so thorough and methodical that it slowly and completely drains any hope or exit or remit, so that when there are miraculous breakthroughs of human spirit and emotion, it's torrential. You feel the light of humanity in a ruthless cosmos.
My turn.
It's not long like some manga. It's a beefy 3 volumes and feels something more like 3 seasons of AAA top-line prestige television, the kind they don't make anymore. But really what it is too much damn story and emotion and character to cram into an hour and goddamn 40. Whose idea was this? I mean, I don't think anyone is to blame on this. I get why it exists. Goonies just happened. Lost Boys is this same year. There's an eager demo that wants young, dark shit, done on a budget, but doesn't look like it. But what those aren't, and this is directly based on a sensational masterpiece in another medium. If you're gonna get anything under 3.5 hours, you gotta throw out almost everything and pare it the fuck down. Or you cram everything into the movie box and break all its bones. I give The Drifting Classroom 1987 3.25 stars. Read the manga. Please read the manga. I prefer its Tim Burton presents David Lynch's The Lord of the Flies more than this aged-up sci-fi Goonies by the guy that did Houseu, who's totally capable of doing the version that would be legendary.
Them and us.
Capitalism, right? This week, my weekly pick of the week is, I legitimately was gonna give this full-on 6 out of 5 stars. It really pulled me right into the screen. Mostly. Arabella, Black Angel. This week's bonus feature is Run Silent, Run Deep. It was really a toss-up with these two. I wouldn't say this robs us of an ending, but it kind of robs us of an ending. But only like half a star's worth. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram and X to see what movies I'm renting next, and pretty much everything is on my letterbox. I am going to go watch some more movies. I hope you do too. Pretty well.